Who was it that said, united we stand, divided we fall or we hang? The power of unity, the power of togetherness, the blessing of unity. We find something extremely, extremely telling in the whole story with Yaakov, with his dream, with his journey, which deserves attention and deserves to copy it. So let me tell you soon what I am referring about. But first of all, I always say thank you to Hashem for personal kindness that He's giving us, for communal, for the miracles, and the ultimate miracle, Moshiach. Mizmor lesoida, hori ladenu kol haaretz ibudes adenu b'simcha. Boi lefanav benon naduk adenu elimu esanu v'lo nachlam v'tzem marisei. Boi yishor b'sodech hatzrois b'silo hoyde rebach shemoi. Kitoi v'adonai le'olam chazdoi v'yadoi v'dor emunasoi. Not just words. Let's give tzedakah. If we want God to give us tzedakah, we have to do it too. So, having said, having done, spoke about it the other few days. The dream of Yaakov, the journey of Yaakov, running away from his father's home because he's afraid of Esau's promise that he wants to kill him. And by the way, when Gentiles tell you, we love you, take it with a grain of salt. But when they tell you, I hate you and I want to kill you, believe him. And if only the Israelis and if only the world would recognize this reality, the world will look different. But anyway, let me go back to the early beginning of the Jewish people, Yaakov. Yaakov has a dream, the ladder connecting heaven and earth, in which he sees his purpose, his mission, which is not just to live a proper lifestyle, not just to live a moral lifestyle as he was raised by his grandfather and father, his grandmother and his mother, Avraham, Yitzchak, Sarah, and Rivka. But his mission is much greater. That his purpose is actually to fuse heaven and earth. Not that we should have a world existing. And God is there to look at me, to protect me, to guide me. Occasionally I listen to him. No. But the whole purpose is what? To bring godliness into this world. That the world should be permeated with the reality of God's presence. That actually He's not just present. He is the reason for it all. He makes it happen. He created the continuous creation. And that's what he saw in that ladder. Malachim going up, the effort that we have to make to ascend so as to bring down the presence of God. And then he says, but this is awesome. That's an awesome task. And he was afraid of the task. So we know that before going to sleep, he protected himself with 12 stones. Obviously, the number 12 corresponding to the 12 tribes that he eventually will have. So he's protecting himself. But the protection was not just a physical protection. Because you realize, when you lie in the desert, you're afraid of the dangers of the desert. You don't protect only your head and your torso. When a snake or a lion comes to tickle your toes, it ain't so pleasant. So the protection over here is a spiritual protection. What's the spiritual protection? He realizes, for me to achieve my mission, I must make sure that my kids follow in my ways. So he took those 12 stones, representing the 12 tribes, surrounds himself with them. But then in his dream, he's frightened. He sees them quarreling. He sees them arguing. Everyone said that the father, the tzaddik, should put he should rest his head on me. Meaning, it is my way that is going to make sure that Yaakov succeeds in his mission. Olai, my capability, my way of doing things, my understanding. Me. Yaakov was petrified. But then when he woke up in the morning, we see something very amazing. Where first it says, Vayikach me'avne hamakom, he took off the stones, and as you just said, he took 12 of them. And here suddenly it says, Vayashkim Yaakov ba'boker, Yaakov got up in the morning, Vayikach es ha'even. He took the one stone that he put. What happened? There were 12. They all disappeared, only one stayed. Says Rashi, say our sages, an amazing thing happened. All the stones became one stone. They understood that they need each other. They understood that it's only with the power of unity that Yaakov will succeed. And that's what Yaakov says. This is God's home. And this way I will succeed. So friends, Achdus, we will have Moshiach now.